The deconstruction of the Grimstead branch was in full swing, with Hannes pulling his weight and then some. Though he at first felt a little overwhelmed with the added responsibilities on top of his already hectic work schedule, he adapted quickly and proved himself instrumental in efficiently clearing all the ripped up infrastructure. The work was scheduled to take roughly 3 weeks to complete, but with the help of Hannes, it was done in a little over 1. Before long, all that remained of the old abandoned branch was the trackbed that went towards Grimstead. Mr. Stard and Mr. Knox were both impressed in their own right, though Mr. Stard could tell that Knox was still sour about his project getting canned. He nevertheless continued on with his work as per normal. On a warm Sunday morning, Mr. Start had invited Mr. Hoff to the pub at Redwig to catch up on some recent events that had transpired on the railway. But he's alright, right?
Yeah, nothing got damaged. You just jumped the tracks and that was that.
Do you know what happened?
Not yet, but we're looking into it. But between the broken couplings, missing tools, vandalism, and now this, the common theory is retaliation.
Retaliation? For what?
You.
Ah, shit.
That's putting it mildly.
I take it the public statement didn't help them.
Oh, it did. Just not as much as we had hoped.
I see. Well, fuck. What do you plan to do?
At the moment, I've told the workers to keep an eye out on anything suspicious. And if they do see something, grab the lead pipes and cricket bats.
You know what? Fair.
How goes things on your end? Knox still pissy?
Like you wouldn't believe. He's been more snippy and short-tempered than ever. I guess he couldn't handle getting absolutely smacked down by Mr. Dickinson.
At least Dickinson can do something, right? So the branch is gone then? Fully ripped up?
Yeah, it's all gone. Hannes worked his ass off and got it all removed in record time. He's a real asset, that I can assure you.
I'm glad to hear it. What about the other two you mentioned?
What, Eric and Ivan? More of the same, really. Ivan is still keeping to himself. Eric just does his job without a fuss, really? Though I feel like Eric has been acting a bit colder towards me as of late. No idea why, though. He seemed fine when he got here.
I'd definitely keep an eye on that. I feel like you have enough going against you with the trio of Richard, Hart, and Russell about.
Too true. Anyways, Jack, I need to get back to the office before Knox throws my typewriter out the window.
Yeah, I need to get back to Spear to make sure Rab hasn't torn the workmen to shreds.
Alright then, age before beauty.
Then you should be out the door already.
Ouch. While Mr. Stard and Mr. Hoff were having their get-together at Redwig, Hannes was working hard, as per normal, at Culford. Since he had taken over duties in the station yard, he had basically turned the whole operation around into a big net positive for the railway. He was no stranger to working at a constant high pace, having been at Old Oak for most of his working life. This became apparent to the rest of the fleet when he expertly handled his work alongside the ripping up of the Grimstead branch, while still having time left over to rest between duties. There was one thing, however, that surprised the engines about the little pannier. Something that really only began to show itself the more comfortable Hannes got.
Wagwan Ramsey, what be hippity hop happening?
Oh, I'm alright. Yourself?
Fish!
I see.
As the other engines would say, he had a certain way with words. Though some of the more highly sprung engines were a bit put off by his choice of words, they nevertheless saw his dedication and valued his hard work. Hannes was sat in the banker's siding between duties. While it had quickly become his favorite spot for a breather, he never really liked to sit idle for too long. He was getting ready to go find some wagons to move about when Ivan rolled into the platform.
What gives now? Bloody red signals.
Nothing to panic about, mate. I'm sure Station Master will tell you. Say, look, he's already on his way.
Clampett, I wasn't talking to you.
Ouch.
Sorry about the delay, 6140. Banbury's Express is stopping here today. I need you to wait in the loop so we can pass you by.
Typical. And what am I supposed to do about the hill? This train doesn't consist of air, you know.
I'm sure you'll manage. The hill isn't that steep.
Not that steep. It's easy for you to say.
Oh yeah, I could always help you. If you ask nicely.
I'll manage on my own, thank you very much.
Are you sure? Like, I can spare some time before my next job. It's not a bother if you want some help.
I know what I'm capable of. Now stop underestimating me.
Your mum underestimates you, fucking little cunt.
Now, 7734. You know how that one is.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I have to take it like a prostitute on a Sunday.
Alright, that's enough. I'm going back to work before you scar me for life.
Pussy.
A short while later, Hannes pulled into the yard with a rake of empties for Manafel. When he came to a stop, he saw the station master jogging towards him.
Wagwan found. What's the rush?
It looks like you were right to offer 6140 for help. He's stalled on the bank and can't get started again. Can you go rescue him?
Nah, I can't be fucked. Let him suffer.
Hang on a minute, you can't just...
Mate, I'm pulling your leg. I'll go help Sir Grouchalot if his lordship demands.
I see. Off you go then, I guess.
Well, are you ready to accept some help now?
Oh, just shut up and do your job back there.
Jesus. Would it fucking kill you to have a slight amount of gratitude?
Ivan did not answer. He just started to pull the consist, forcing Hannes to give his help without any further conversation. It was a bit of a struggle without a run-up, but in the end, they managed to make their way up the gradient. Hannes whistled at Ivan to let him know that he was easing off, but Ivan just kept on going like nothing had changed. He rolled into the disused platform and came to a stop before the points and let his crew get the path set, sighing to himself at the lack of gratitude he received from the prairie. As he waited, he looked ahead and saw an unfamiliar engine ahead of him. Rolling in towards the bay platform was a 5400 painted in green with British Railways written in the old Egyptian font. It smiled at him as it rolled past and came to a stop in the platform as his crew finished setting the points and he rolled forward.
Oh? What gives now?
Signals of danger. If I remember correctly, Levi's on his way with some coal wagons right now.
I see. And how long will that take?
Shouldn't be more than 10 minutes at most.
Let's hope so. I have shunting to do at Colford.
Oh, you must be the new shunter at Colford we've heard so much about. Nice to finally meet you. My name's Virgil. What's your name?
Yarp, that's me. Name's Hannes. Nice to meet you, Virgin.
No. Virgil. Not Virgin.
Whoa, hey, listen, I'm not one to judge.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can tell you're going to fit in here just fine.
What do you mean? I'm just your average Joe, innit?
If you say so, mate. How are the others doing? I don't really get to hear from them much these days.
Shit, I guess they're alive. Everything else is just getting on with their own thing. Even Captain Dickhead.
King Richard?
No, Ivan.
I'm unfamiliar with him. Who's that?
Who?
Ivan. Who's that?
No. Who asked? What?
Right, I'm gonna go refuel. It was interesting to meet you, Hannes.
I bet it sure was, Virgin Virgil.
Virgil sighed as he moved forward. With Hannes smirking at his successful bait, his attention slipped from the green pannier as he looked ahead to see if he could spot Levi in the distance. That was until his attention snapped back to the sound of shouting and metal scraping, followed by a loud clatter behind the two coaches.
Yo, you okay over there, man?
Not now, Hannes. I'm off the rails.
Jesus Christ, are you alright?
I'll be fine. I was already slowing down when I came off. Ugh! I knew this would happen one day.
You knew this would happen? How?
We've been having issues on the line for over a month now.
What kind of issues?
Stuff we can't explain. Derailments, broken couplings, and tools going missing.
That kind of just sounds like a massive scale issue, to be honest.
Oh, for the love of...
Alright, can it? Virgil, we'll need help to get you back on the rails again. We can't see any obvious damage, but we can't be sure until we get you back up to Spear.
Damn it! What about my passengers?
Well, Hannah's here could always take them for you.
Oh, joy.
What? Me? Go up that death trap? No, thank you.
As much as I'd rather have you stay clear of my coaches, I really need your help. We've already had enough bad publicity here. If this train gets cancelled...
Jesus Christ, save me the sob story. Look, even if I wanted to help, if I helped you, there would be hell to pay from my managers.
I'll tell you what, I'll go call your managers and see if we can arrange something.
Is it really that urgent that the train departs on time?
Yes, I don't want this line to close. Please, Hannes.
Alright. If you stop begging, just make it quick, mate.
Splendid.
Virgil's driver jogged over to the phone box, while Hannes rolled backwards to be within earshot of the conversation. Yeah, hello. Bradford speaking.
Hello? This is Mr. Carlin, Virgil's driver.
Yes, hello. How can I help you today?
Well, I'm sorry to say this isn't an easy call to make, but we've had an incident at Eastwood Junction. Virgil's jumped the points and is off the rails.
The points? What about points? Hang on one moment, Knox. Sorry about that. Please continue.
If we wait for someone to come down from Spear to rescue us, it could paint us an even worse light than we're already in. However, one of your shunters, Hannes, is currently up here after doing some banking. Can we please borrow him for a run to Spear to avoid a delay? I know it's a bit sudden, but...
Look, mate. Just do what you can to avoid any further delay. I'll call Colford and inform them of the current issues. Just hop to it so Hannes can get back down there as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. Right away. Thank you.
Of course. Care to enlighten the rest of the room? Sorry about that. They've had multiple point failures at Eastwood Junction, and 7734 is trapped up there. They're currently working on repairing it. Well, that's just bloody perfect, isn't it? How soon can they have it fixed? Hour and a half tops? They've called for the workmen down at Manifell, and I will be calling Colford to inform them. Hopefully we can mitigate the delays. Very well. As you were.
Well, Hannes, it's settled. Get moving to the front, quickly please.
Joy.
Look, I appreciate your help, but please return my coaches in one piece.
No promises. They look very bounceable to me.
Hannes,
Relax, mate, I'm pulling your chain. What's the speed limit on this branch anyway?
30.
60? Gotcha.
No, Hannes, that's not...
Off I go then. See you soon, vagina.
No, Hannes, I'm serious about the 30 limit. Hannes! Hannes! Oh, what is with that one?
Are you sure you're alright, mate?
Yes. Why?
You've been so cold since everything happened. Understandably so, but still. You can't keep these things down, Thor. We are here for you.
Are you? Or are you just trying to indoctrinate me into your group of saboteurs?
What? No, it's nothing like that, honest. I just don't want to lose you like we did Buck. Even with everything that's happened, I still care about my friends first and foremost, and that includes you.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, no matter how much I want to.
Well, that's a relief at least, but mate, you can talk to me if you need to. I always have time to listen.
Will you just drop it, Ramsey? I'm fine.
Alright, mate.
Am I interrupting something?
No, mate, you're fine. How are you?
Drunk off my rocker.
Of course.
I did hear something interesting from Levi, though. Apparently there were things occurring at Eastwood Junction.
Things?
Yep, things.
Can you be more specific?
I can, but it'll cost you.
Clark?
Alright, fine. He said it looked like Virgil had jumped the points. Apparently the new guy at Colford was up there too.
Who? Hannes?
Yeah, that kid.
Well, damn. I hope Virgil is alright. Did Levi say anything about how he was doing?
Fuck knows. Levi said he was doing line speed when he passed. Only saw the overall picture.
Well then, I guess I'll just have to ask Hannes when I get up to Colford later.
Oi, Clark.
Sup?
Are you done with all your work down here?
Yep, everything's done so I can bunk off till the evening.
Well, change your plans. You're needed up at Colford pronto.
The fuck? Why?
7734 is stuck at Eastwood due to multiple point failures. And that yard needs to keep moving. So hop to it. Chop chop.
I hate you.
Guess I won't be asking Hannes then.
This is bullshit!
Cheer up. You get to do some exercise to work that alcohol off. Oh, and Clark, be a dear and get my coaches before you head off, will you?
Cunt!
Hannes felt like a fish out of water as he steadily made his way up the branch line. Everywhere he went, engines gave him a confused look as he rolled past them at a pace which would be sure to give Virgil a heart attack. He rolled past the sheds, where a few engines held the same look as everyone else he had encountered, before coming to a stop at the platform, where a man stood waiting for him.
Ah, you must be Hannes.
Shalom.
I've heard many good things about you. It is very nice to finally meet you. My name is Jack Hoff.
Yeah, you look like one, mate.
Huh?
You heard.
Anyways, thank you for lending a buffer to us. Things haven't been easy up here as of late.
Yeah, Vagina Virgin Virgil told me about it. Shit's rough, innit?
You certainly have a way with words, don't you?
So I've been told.
Right. Well, why don't you head up to the sheds and get turned around for the trip back? Clint and a few workmen will be coming up with you to get Virgil back on the rails. Thank you again for the help.
Based.
Based on what?
Good day to you. It's not often we get visitors here these days. My name's Clint, and who might you be?
Nice to meet you, Clint. The name's Hannes.
No, it's Clint.
No, I heard.
Ah, right. A joker then.
Damn right.
Well, I suppose we need that right about now.
Will you two pipe down? I'm trying to rest over here.
Pipe these nuts.
The fuck did you just say?
Your word.
Well, you slimy little fud bucket. If you ever speak to me like that again, I'll scalp you that hard into the shed wall you have to listen to this shite until someone can be bored to peel you off.
Sheesh, someone's got a temper tantrum.
I think it's best we get moving before he turns LMS crimson.
I bet.
Up at Redwick, Ramsey had just arrived with his local run from Manifell. As he came to a stop on the platform, he spotted Mr. Knox waiting for him.
Good day to you, sir.
Quite. I have some questions for you, 1025.
Of course. What can I do for you?
I just got off the phone with the crew of 2858. They informed me that the issues at Eastwood seem to be with the pannier of the preservation experiment they have going down there, not 7734. I need to know if that's in fact the truth.
Well, sir, it is true that Virgil has derailed, but I can also confirm that there are workmen on site messing about with the point work up there, and Hannes is clearly wanting to get back to work with all the shouting he is doing at the workmen.
I see. And just to clarify, what direction was 7734 facing? I already know, but given your past, I have to make sure you're not trying to pull a quick one on me. I hope you understand.
Naturally, his smoke box was facing towards Redwick.
That was either a lucky guess or you're in fact telling the truth. I will just have to go see for myself then.
You still don't believe me?
I'm not taking any chances.
Very well. Oh, before you head off, could you please bring Mr. Stard over here? I have an urgent message for him.
If you have a message for Stard, you can leave it with me.
It's rather personal, sir.
Get on with it.
Very well. The dry cleaners were just wondering what they should do about the suspicious stains on the crotch of Mr. Stard's trousers.
I'll get him straight away.
Thank you. I'll be in the yard.
Why was Knox so flustered when he told me that you had an urgent message for me?
I told him the dry cleaners wanted to ask if they should clean the jizz stain from the crotch of your trousers.
You what?
Well, he wasn't letting me talk to you. I had to get him to fuck off somehow.
You could have literally said anything else.
It worked, didn't it?
Fucking... Whatever. What do you want?
Did you seriously lie to Mr. Knox about Hannes being trapped? He was nowhere to be seen when I went past there.
Yeah? Look, Jack needs all the help he can get at the moment. Besides, what's a couple of hours when I can just abuse Clark's rights to keep shit moving?
A few hours is all it takes for Mr. Knox to figure out that something smells like your ex's undercarriage.
Ew.
He's talking about going down there to make sure nothing suspicious is going on.
Oh, balls.
So yeah, good luck with that one.
Don't worry, I know how to stall him. Apparently, I have an appointment with the dry cleaners. Thanks to you, you asshole.
You're most welcome, sir.
Get back to work, you bastard.
Remember to steam the clothes for maximum cleanliness.
Fuck off. It didn't take long for the strange consist to arrive at Spear. Hannes quickly got decoupled with the workman's van and shunted it into the appropriate siding. By the time he rolled into the mainline platform, Clint was already in position to pull Virgil back onto the rails. After a bit of back and forth, Clint had gotten Virgil coupled up to the coaches in front of them. They looked over to Hannes, who was sat waiting patiently for the all-clear. "Well, today certainly didn't turn out how I thought it would." "You got that right. We got lucky Hannes was up here when he was, or things could have been much worse."
Yeah, you can thank the grumpy cunt Ivan for that.
"Ivan? Who's Ivan?"
6140, broody dipshit.
"I think Mr. Stodd mentioned him before he stepped down, now that you mention it."
Step down? Last I checked, he was still one of my managers.
"Well, yes, but he was also our manager up until very recently. He stepped down and left Mr. Hoff in charge so he could keep his focus elsewhere."
Well, that explains a whole lot. No wonder I was ordered to take passengers then.
"Oh yes, I doubt Mr. Knox would have let you. He's a piece of work, that man." "You've got that right. He's had it out for us ever since he failed to send me for scrap."
When did he do that?
"A few years ago, before he became manager. He wanted to shut down the branch and rip it up. Similar to what happened to the Grimstead branch. Mr. Stodd stepped in and saved Virgil and the line, but he is too overwhelmed with his other duties to divide his attention between here and the main line, hence why Mr. Hoff took over."
I see.
"He's a vile man, always looking for something to dirty Mr. Stodd's name. You can say that again. Anyways, Hannes,
Wag one clip.
thank you for your help today. Voluntary or not, we appreciate it."
Sure thing, boss man. Bring your virgin back up to Spear. I gotta get back to the yard.
"For the last time, my name is Ugh. That one certainly is something. You don't say. Don't get too bogged down with his antics, old friend. I can tell he means well. Now come on, off we go." Hannes rolled down the line with haste. He wanted to get back to work as soon as possible. He was in such a hurry as he passed through Colford that he did not see Mr. Knox standing at the platform, eyeing him up as he passed. As he reversed into the sidings, he came up to the side of a very annoyed Clark.
Well, well, look who finally fucking showed up!
Nice to see you too, Black Princess.
Do you know what I had to do to get up here?
When?
When you got stranded at Eastwood, you dolt!
No. When the fuck did I ask? So, can I have my yard back? Or are you just gonna sit here pissing and moaning?
I hope you commit bridge collapse.
Only after you, babe.
Fucking bastard bitch cunt! Tell you what, one of these days I'm gonna fucking kill your family and I'm gonna eat all of your souls. Why, you might ask? Because I fucking hate all of you. Cunts!
Are you quite done having a genital measuring contest with that diesel?
Nah, not until he runs off crying at my sheer girth.
Right, ignoring that. I have a few questions for you, 7734.
Oh joy, an interview. My favourite.
That is enough lip from you. I was informed by Mr. Stodd that you were trapped by faulty points at that abandoned waste of a station. However, 2858 claims that the waste of steam Pania who lives on that line was the one having issues. I would like to hear from you firsthand what happened.
Shit, sounds about right to me. Most boring 2 hours of my life. Even with the derailment as entertainment.
Is that so? Then, please enlighten me. How were you turned around? Every source I've asked have said that you were facing the other way while you were up there being stuck. Yet, here you are, facing the opposite way to what everyone has claimed. Don't bother lying. I saw you from the window of 80085's coaches when we passed through.
Did they? Damn, that's crazy.
That's it? Nothing more?
Look, dude, I just want to get back to work. Are you gonna hold yourself accountable if there's any further delays?
But no, I
don't think so. Smell you later.
That is smell you later, sir, to you! What are you all gawking at? Back to work!
Yes, you see, I'm getting pretty sick of guys named Star. I mean, it's a goofy fucking name. Have you ever heard of a sensible guy called Starred in your goddamn life? No, you haven't. It sounds like somebody who's gotten really starchy and is being warned by that doctor that they have to stop it. I don't know if that's how biology works. I didn't do very well in biology, and the world tells you have to reject the voices of experts in this day and age. What I do know, though, is that guys named Starred are the fucking worst. They get high off their own farts all day long, talking about how they're the greatest thing since sliced bread.